Hi guys, how are you all doing? This is the Tennis World with the Tennis Expert. I am your tennis expert. A big warm welcome to my viewers right around the world. Yeah, I just want to review the final of Wimbledon and just look back at what had happened. Um I did predict Sinner to win this match. I'd said Sinner in 5 sets. He won in 4 sets. I mean, my prediction was pretty accurate, I would say, because really Alcaraz won the first set. Um, and really, usually your best case is to win it in five. But yeah, it was close, but Sinner was the better player, like I expected. And yeah, it was sort of on that 4 to 5 set borderline, end up being 4 sets. Really, what we saw in the French Open final was when Sinner is attacking and rushing Alcaraz and getting him in trouble. Even on a clay court that is quite slow, he was able to do that. But then when it became cold and the combination of cold weather and a clay court together, it became too much and he couldn't rush Alcaraz anymore. But I was thinking if he could rush Alcaraz on a clay court, just because the sun's out and it's a little bit warm, not even that hot. Imagine on grass. I mean, come on. I just feel like this is a bit like Djokovic and Nadal in some ways, their matchup. Like on the faster courts, Djokovic couldn't get past Nadal's defense to finish points. And Nadal on the slower courts like clay, he had time to set up on the forehand. He had the biggest weapon on the court. He could get through Djokovic's defense and finish points, whereas Djokovic couldn't. But then when they met on the faster courts, it was like suddenly Djokovic did have enough power to finish the point and off both forehand and backhand. But now Nadal was being rushed on the forehand and the ball's getting through the court and he's being rushed. I feel like it's a bit like that here with Sinner playing the Djokovic role and Nadal playing the Alcaraz role. At the French Open, we saw like Sinner struggling to finish points, especially as it got colder, whereas Alcaraz has that big weapon to finish points. Now, when we saw them on grass, Sinner suddenly, off both forehand and backhand, could finish points. And now that big weapon on the clay, where Sinner struggles to finish points, but Alcaraz has that big weapon to finish points, just like with Nadal versus Djokovic, Sinner now can finish points off forehand and backhand on the grass. But now, not only that, he can sort of take out of play a bit Alcaraz's forehand because he can rush Alcaraz on the forehand and he's trying to do the big swing and he can't finish the big swing. So that's why I'd say it would be similar. But the one of the main differences is Sinner's got more power. It's similar to Djokovic, but a bit more power off both forehand and backhand. So he can even rush Alcaraz on grass more than Djokovic would rush Nadal. And he's got a better chance of finish points on clay too. Um, but it was really like that on the clay. It was like Alcaraz, Sinner had trouble finishing points, getting past his defense. Alcaraz had time to set up and had that one big weapon to finish points in a way that Sinner didn't. But now on the grass, Sinner is got enough power to finish the points off both forehand and backhand. But now that big weapon that Alcaraz has is the forehand, and now that's sort of taken out of play because he's always been rushed. He's shot the big swing. He can't finish the swing. He's always rushed. He's always pressurized. So now it's now not only can Sinner finish points um, with because he's got enough power to finish points, he can rush Alcaraz and take Alcaraz's forehand out of play. Whereas on the clay, like I said, Sinner couldn't finish points. Alcaraz now has time to set up, not rushed, and can have that one big weapon to finish points in a way that Sinner can't. But yeah, that's what we saw in Wimbledon. We didn't see that. We saw Alcaraz rushed on the forehand, his forehand taken out of play, and no problem with Sinner generating enough power to get past Alcaraz. Sinner having a bigger serve than Alcaraz. The serve counts for much. And I said this in the beginning. Alcaraz's big advantage over Sinner is speed. On a clay, it's slowed down. So to get past Alcaraz's speed is a problem. The speed counts for more. Alcaraz having that one big weapon when it's hard to finish points and having time to set up with that forehand. I said that was an advantage on clay, not on grass. But Sinner's biggest advantage to serve, that's accentuated by grass. So I've just said all along that Alcaraz's bigger advantage, speed and defense and hard to get past him, and that one big weapon that can finish points, a forehand, that's the big advantage on clay, not on grass. Whereas Sinner's big advantage serve, better than Alcaraz, that's helped on grass. And then the fact of it is Alcaraz's big weapon, forehand, takes a big swing and he can be rushed, and he was rushed and pressurized, and it was sort of taken away. And then in addition to all that, Sinner made some adjustments. Sinner just decided he's going to go harder, he's going to go deeper, he's going to take more risks, he's going to come to the net. So anyway, Sinner's shots are going through the court, through the air, forgetting about the surface, because he's going for more, he's taking more risks to try to rush Alcaraz. So on any surface making that adjustments, he's going for more. He's hitting it hard. He's coming to the net. It's going to rush Alcaraz anyway because he's going for more. But then when he goes for more with this more power and then does it off an even faster court, one, now Sinner's hitting it faster and harder and deeper than the French Open. Two, these faster, harder balls are going even more faster because they're going through a faster court. So one, if Sinner played the way he did at the French Open and made no adjustments, just because it's grass, it's going to be faster and it's going to rush Alcaraz more. If they played again on clay, he would rush Alcaraz more because he's going for more. So even on the same surface, he's going for more. But when you add those two things, Sinner going for more power and more risk, and the court is faster, right? That's where you got the big change here. Sinner went for more, Sinner took more risk, and the ball will be traveling faster on any surface, but then grass is enabling it to go the fastest possible speed it would go. So those two things together, Sinner going for more power, which is going to make it go faster anyway, and then the court being faster, and that both those two things are a big change. And then he's rushing Alcaraz, no problem getting past Alcaraz's defense, and then now Alcaraz's forehand's taken out of play because he's rushed by Sinner going for more and it being a faster court. And then I would say Sinner does have a bigger serve, and that counts for much more in grass, not clay. But Alcaraz served better than expected, so he sort of took that away. But it was more like the rally shot, Sinner just going for more than he did at the French Open. And when he does, being rewarded for more because the ball's going through the court much faster because it's grass, not clay. And Sinner having no problem finishing the points, no problem getting past Alcaraz's defense. Alcaraz is always under pressure, always rushed, not having enough time to set up on the forehand, and just looking like out of place. Like, my defense doesn't work because now he's going for so much power on a fast court. He's getting it past me all the time. I can't even use my forehand because it's getting through the court so fast. I'm always rushed. My big swing, I can't get past my big swing, but the ball's traveling too fast to me. So if I'm going to do my big swing on the forehand, my big swing is arriving late. So I'm always sort of rushed and pressurized and doing everything late and a step slow. And I just feel like that's happened. It was just the surface in conjunction with Sinner going for more and making adjustments of what happened on the French Open and taking more risks. Those two things just meant now Sinner's just finishing the points, getting past Alcaraz's defense, rushing Alcaraz, and Alcaraz not having enough time to set up on the forehand, always feeling rushed and pressurized and out of position and out of place all the time. And Sinner was just too good. And then I also felt like when I looked at Alcaraz versus Fritz was going for more on this grass court. Alcaraz was pressured and rushed a lot. 3 of these sets just came down to a few points. And yes, one set Alcaraz did play well and Fritz didn't. But I thought if Fritz with the more aggressive style is making 3 very close sets and Alcaraz winning 2 and Fritz winning 1, Sinner's just going to do that same style as Fritz, but he's going to do it better and more consistent. So now these 3 close sets could go all the way of Sinner, what Fritz did with Alcaraz, and that's what happened. He did that, and he instead of having 3 close sets, Sinner won the 3 sets, and then that one good set that Alcaraz had against Fritz, he had here, and Alcaraz won a set here, like he won a set easily versus Fritz. But the 3 sets that were close versus Fritz, just like I thought, Sinner's going to do it better than Fritz. And instead of having 3 close sets, he's going to win all 3 sets. So he did have rush Alcaraz. He did pressurize him. He did make Alcaraz late on the forehand, the big swing, not having enough time to finish the swing. And just great tactical game, aggressive, deep, coming to the net, rushing Alcaraz, pressurizing him, making him arrive late on the forehand. And with that more attacking game plus the faster court, that's what made him rush and pressurize Alcaraz and always use rush and out of place. And that's what delivers this win for Sinner. So Jannik Sinner is your 2025 Wimbledon champion. And I've just told you why he's won this match. And I've just told you why I predicted it. I just said in 5 instead of 4. But Sinner made these adjustments and was a bit better than I thought. Alcaraz was a bit more off. So I think that's why it was 4 sets instead of 5. But I did say my French Open preview at the beginning of the tournament, I did say Alcaraz would meet Sinner and Alcaraz would win because Alcaraz has certain advantages on clay and he would win in 5 sets, and I was right. This time I said Alcaraz and Sinner would meet in the Wimbledon final, but because Sinner has certain advantages on grass, he would be the winner, and that was the case. So my previews before the tournaments, I both said Alcaraz and Sinner would meet in both finals, but I said Alcaraz would get the job done in French Open. Sinner in Wimbledon, because they have certain advantages on each surface. My predictions turn out to be true. I got the exact sets right at the French Open final, but I had Sinner in 5 and I ended up being in 4 in the Wimbledon final. So yeah, I really sort of sensed who would be in the finals and who would win, and that there would be 1 match each, but Sinner at Wimbledon and Alcaraz at the French. I've got it right. So if you want to hear in future tournaments what's going to happen, because I've got a proven track record, as you could see, really subscribe, bell notification, thumbs up. Be back for my next video. It's going to be in a few weeks before the tournament in Canada, Masters 1000. I'm going to cover Cincinnati and then the US Open. So we're going to take a break for a few weeks, but right before the tournament in Canada, be back for that. Subscribe, bell notification, thumbs up, and I'm going to give you an accurate prediction before the tournament, just what I did with the French Open and with Wimbledon. Subscribe, bell notification, thumbs up. Thanks for being with me, guys. Thanks for being with me, guys. For more accurate predictions, subscribe. Thumbs up, bell notification, and leave a comment. Thanks for being with me. Bye for now.